This is Akashavani Mangaluru. Yuvavani. Dear friends, welcome to today's English Yuvavani program. In today's program, there are two speeches. Empathy for our co-habitants in the universe by Sheethal N. Gowda and a speech on food safety by Adithi P. Friends, recently we have observed the World Animal Welfare Day. In this connection, now Sheethal N. Gowda shares her thoughts, empathy for our co-habitants in the universe.
One of the best feeling if we have an animal is when we come home. It doesn't matter if we have left for 15 minutes, our pet is just thrilled to see us home. Our animals are always waiting for us. There is no doubt that their world revolves around us. But our world would not be same without their love. Animals love us unconditionally, no matter what, surely when it comes down to our pets. No matter how we may feel at that moment, our animal is always there for us, regardless of our physical appearance or mood. They are and always love us. The World Animal Welfare Day is a global initiative for the welfare of animals that educate people about the significant role of animals in nature and their importance for maintaining the ecological balance. The day is a reminder that the essential work must be done to address the plight of animals, both domestic and wild. The World Animal Welfare Day theme for 2023 was Great or Small, Love Them All. As sentient beings, animals deserve to be treated fairly with consideration for both their physical and mental well-being. Unfortunately, this does not always happen, so rescue is necessary to help restore well-being for animals that have been neglected, abused, or ignored by society. Some of the animal welfare foundations like Vantara, the outstanding animal rescue, has been created to rescue, treatment, care and rehabilitation of injured, abused and threatened animals, both in India and abroad. The Vantara initiative has been conceptualized under the leadership of Anant Ambani, a director on the boards of Reliance Foundation. Not only this, India's largest animal welfare PFA, which stands for People for Animals, operates animal shelters, hospitals, rescue and rehabilitation programs across the country. It has the network of 26 hospitals, 165 units, 60 mobile units and 2.5 lakh members in it. Animals can be dangerous too. They can be extremely dangerous. This is not only due to their ability to cause physical harm through bites, scratches and physical force, but also because they can be disease vectors and transmit parasites, rabies and other diseases to people and other animals. Wildlife matters too. There is a huge demand for animals' fur, skin, meat, bone, etc. across the globe that has led to a decrease in wildlife population. Poachers kill the animals for the illegal trading of their body parts. For example, elephants are massively poached for ivory, rhinoceros are poached for their horns, and many other cases. We humans should stop doing this, as we have the capacity to think that how much pain that the animals are bearing for the sake of our selfishness. Just give our mind a minute and think, what if they start doing the things we are doing for those innocent animals? The main demands of animal welfare are nutrition factors that involve the animal's access to sufficient, balanced, varied and clean food and water. Environment factors enable comfort through temperature, substrate, space, air, odor, noise and predictability. Health factors enables good health through absence of disease, injury, impairment with a good fitness level. Behavior by presenting positive situation in the various four functional domains. Animals benefits from pleasure, comfort, trust and reducing negative states such as fear, anger, frustration, pain, boredom, etc. Importance of wildlife sanctuaries and national parks are: the wildlife sanctuaries are established to protect the endangered species. It is quite difficult to always relocate the animals from their natural habitat. Therefore, protecting them in their natural environment is advantageous. The endangered species are specially monitored in the wildlife sanctuaries. If they reproduce and grow in numbers while under protection, few species can be kept for breeding in the conservation parks for their survival. A few sanctuaries take injured and abandoned animals and rehabilitate them to health before releasing them in the forest and protect them from humans and predators. Adoption of this stray. Similar to helping out a friend in a need, providing strays a safe place with the food is the biggest boon they could ever ask for. It is all they ever want and desire, along with your love and affection. By sharing your home with them, you not only take care of their needs but also save their lives. The companionship with the animal provide ability to understand its nature, love, support, and they can reduce stress, anxiety, depression, ease the loneliness, and encourage playfulness and even improve your cardiovascular health. Animals feed us. They give us products like egg, milk, and honey. Especially dogs provide security to man when needs arise. People who keep animals for all these purposes need to ensure the good health for such animals in the interest of both the animals and themselves. By doing so, they obey the command from God and also benefit fully from these animals. The fact that these animals are a source of food means that we should treat them the same way we treat other sources of food. To be precise, many people value their jobs because it is from these jobs that they get income which helps them to purchase food. Abused animals may suffer from malnutrition, dehydration, injuries, infection, and diseases. They may even die as a result of their mistreatment. Moreover, animals that are subjected to abuse may also develop behavioral problems such as aggression, fear, and anxiety, which can make them difficult to adopt or integrate with society. How to help animals in the shelters and rescues? We can do that by adopting the pets from shelters and stray rather than shopping them from money. Reduce meat consumption. Do volunteer and donate for animal welfare organization. It is a high time we stop treating animals like animals. Rather, we should treat them like living creatures that need to be treated with kindness and respect. Abuse of animals is on the rise. It is therefore the duty of every individual to treat every living creature with kindness and respect. Killing of an animal is illegal and it is offensive being to cruelty on animals as defined under the section 11 of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. It is a offense under section 428 and section 429 of Indian Penal Code. Reporting cruelty towards animal is crucial. Contact PETA India's 24 into 7 emergency helpline number 9820122602 when you find an act of animal abuse.
That was Sheethal N. Gowda speaking on the topic Empathy for our co-habitants in the universe. Continuing the program, Adithi P will now speak on the issue of food safety in connection with the World Food Day, which we have observed recently.
For centuries, humanity has grappled with pressing challenges like world hunger and peace. Rather than simply fighting these issues, we must strive to understand them and find ways to overcome them. In response to the plight of those suffering from hunger, global leaders established a dedicated day to raise awareness and foster sustainable solutions. Right to Foods for a Better Life and a Better Future is the goal taken up by the Food and Agriculture Organization. It is one of the many organizations striving to mitigate world hunger and aiming to highlight the immediate and long-term benefits of prioritizing access to safe and nutritious food for all. This year, the World Food Day global ceremony will take place in Rome, Italy. Over 150 countries are actively involved in this noble act of eradicating world hunger and providing safe, sustainable, and wholesome food to all by following various customs and traditions to shine light on food-related problems and create awareness about it among the common people. By conducting hundreds of events and activities such as marathons, hunger marches, exhibitions, cultural performances, contests, and concerts bringing together governments, business, the public, and the media to promote awareness and action for those suffering from hunger. In India, the September month is being celebrated as Poshan Ma. For the past 6 years, it is a nationwide celebration to promote nutrition awareness and driving action towards building a healthier India, and also religiously participate in the activities conducted by other health organizations. But according to the 2022 Global Hunger Index, up to 828 million people in the world are undernourished. 193 million are suffering from acute hunger. This is mainly due to the toxic mix of conflicts, climate change, and COVID-19 pandemic. It also states that we are facing the third global food price crisis within 15 years. The goal to end hunger by 2030 adopted by international community is far out of reach. So, what can we do on our behalf? Together, we can learn to appreciate, promote, and encourage the variety of nutritious foods cultivated in our fields, displayed in our local markets, and relished on our tables. Embracing locally grown and seasonal food is much more appreciated by all and mostly by our body, as it thrives on the biodiversity, safety, and healthy food habits. The saddest fact is that the world's farmers produce enough food to feed more than the global population. Yet, hunger persists. 3 most basic things in a person's life are air, water, and food. Hence, everyone should have the right to adequate and safe food. According to the statistics, over 2.8 billion people in the world are unable to afford a healthy diet. This goes to show that it's not just about the availability, but also if it is healthy or not. Unhealthy diet came into picture when the cause of malnutrition was made and the poor quality of life that it creates. This is mainly due to vulnerable people being forced to often rely on staples or less expensive food which can be unhealthy and not met with the right amount of nutrition. Access to safe and nutritious food is a basic human right. Every one of us should always be able to get the food we need to live a healthy and active life. How to tackle these obstacles to find a long-term solution? For this, understanding the cause of the problem becomes vital, as in, what makes our food safe, diverse, healthy, and nutritious to eat? It mainly relies on natural resources such as water, biodiversity, healthy and fertile soil. But all these resources are under intense pressure, and we are failing to manage those natural resources either sustainably or efficiently. Hence, FAO comes into picture by providing countries with technical assistance on policy and legislation, strengthens governance and monitoring mechanisms, develops capacities and promotes policy to transform agri-food systems for better production, nutrition, environment, and a better life for all. Being healthy is everyone's responsibility. Aside from getting enough exercise and drinking enough water, a very important part of being healthy is having a good diet. A healthy diet means eating enough nutritious, safe, and varied food every day so that you can grow and live an active life. A world of secure and nutritious food for all requires massive investments, innovations, science, technology, and wide collaboration of government, private sector, academic and research institutes, and civil society. Our role as a society is to demand rights for those who can't to the government and the associated organizations, so that they can take the necessary actions to deal with the problems. We can start by educating the youth by integrating sustainable agriculture and nutrition education into school curriculums, which can include hands-on activities by organizing workshops and seminars to educate them about sustainable practices, assembling school gardens, and farm visits. Civil society can encourage communities to gather and share meals together with the aim to promote knowledge and share about healthy and sustainable food choices, contributing to a better future. Promoting traditional or indigenous people's knowledge and skills about cooking and good nutrition among children and adults will encourage everyone to prepare, eat, and share food in healthier and more sustainable ways. Procure gender equality by providing training and resources specifically targeted at women working in agri-food systems, advocating for policies that support women's land ownership and access to credit, and creating platforms for women to share knowledge and experiences. Farmers, as agents of change within our communities, play a critical role in collective action to ensure healthy diets for all. Beyond nurturing the land, farmers sow the seeds for a future where equitable access to nutritious food is a reality for everyone. It's essential to respect their right to food, honor their right to land, and preserve their knowledge, culture, and traditions. They can take steps to reduce food loss throughout the production and supply chain by implementing practices such as efficient harvesting, proper storage, and distribution to local markets. Adopting sustainable agricultural practices such as agroecology, organic farming, and agroforestry that promote biodiversity, conserve natural resources, enhance productivity, and minimize environmental impact in order to contribute to building resilient agri-food systems. The academic community has an important role to play. In fact, research, data, technology, and innovation can be powerful tools for enhancing food safety and food security, as well as for transforming agri-food systems for a better future and a better life for all. Private businesses need to create inclusive markets and promote gender equality through inclusive hiring practices, equal wages and protection, women-specific training and development programs, equal access to resources and opportunities, and a safe working place with adequate facilities. Companies that produce fertilizers, seeds, farming equipment, animal drugs, or other farming products should ensure their products are sustainable, respectful of biodiversity, safe, culturally appropriate, as well as relevant and affordable for small-scale producers and family farmers so they can produce more and better food. Food companies and manufacturers need to develop and provide affordable, nutritious foods to to consumers, providing greater dietary diversity and quality, while prioritizing nutrition alongside innovating new items with improved nutritional profiles to address public health issues. Private sector must pioneer responsible practices of production and consumption, while the food industry can source sustainably produced ingredients, reduce waste, and opt for more sustainable packaging. Media companies or any business with a communication network can leverage their reach to educate the public about healthy diets and sustainable production, while helping to draw attention to issues related to hunger, obesity, and other forms of malnutrition. It is crucial that important advancements in innovative technologies for the breeding of safe and nutritious varieties of crops are shared, particularly with low-income countries. Private entities also need to foster the transfer of knowledge to improve storage, preservation, transport, and distribution technologies and infrastructure to reduce seasonal food insecurity and food and nutrient loss and waste. Zero hunger is the second of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, supported by all UN organizations. Nations, private companies, and citizens from around the world are working hard to achieve the 17 goals by 2030, starting with poverty and hunger. What can be done to help the world in its mission to reach zero hunger? Avoid food waste. A quarter of the food lost or wasted each day would be enough to feed the hungry people in the world. Producing meat uses up a lot more of our plants' natural resources, especially water, than producing plants or pulses. Try to make one meal a week an all-vegetarian one instead of meat. Replace an unhealthy processed snack with fresh fruit, raw vegetables, nuts, or whole grain bread. Add some green to the scene and eat homegrown healthy veggies by building and looking after a garden at school, in your local community, on a waste ground. Having plants everywhere creates shade, cleans the air, cools the cityscape, and reduces water pollution. Recycle plastic, glass, aluminium, and paper. Start recycling because if they slip through, they can be extremely harmful to the environment, especially if they get into our water systems. Plastic discarded irresponsibly can severely damage marine habitats and kill thousands of marine animals every year. Organize a community cleanup. Don't wait for the council or the government to act. Round up some friends and neighbors to form a cleaning team and make your territory shine. These are some of the many initiatives that we as a society can make. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, was founded on 16th October 1945. The member countries at the organization's 20th General Conference in November 1979 designed World Food Day, which is celebrated on 16th of October every year since. The main goal is creating awareness and action for those who suffer from hunger and ensure the need for healthy diets on a global level. Every year, the organization sets a goal in order to bring awareness to the best interest of public. This day is celebrated widely by many other organizations concerned with hunger and food security, including the World Food Programme, the World Health Organization, and the International Fund for Agriculture Development. Each year, the organization has adopted different themes to highlight areas needed for action and provide a common focus. In 1981 and 82, the theme was Food Comes First. This shows the desperate need to address food and its problems, and so on. In 2020, it was about grow, nourish, sustain together. It marked the 75th anniversary of FAO as countries around the world suffered the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. It established a call for global solidarity to help the most vulnerable people to recover and to make food systems more sustainable and resilient to shocks. And in association with the World Food Programme, it won the Nobel Peace Prize, getting recognized for its efforts to combat hunger, improve conditions for peace in conflict-affected areas, and preventing the use of hunger as a weapon of war and conflict. In the year 2021, the theme was Safe Food Now for a Healthy Tomorrow. It stated that the food safety is everyone's business. Leave no one behind was the slogan for year 2022. It was particularly to remove discriminatory barriers faced by women, youth, older people, indigenous people, and people with disabilities. And the theme for the last year, 2023, was all about water is life, water is food, leave no one behind, reflecting on the importance of water for human and environmental well-being. It's high time we retrospect our actions and be mindful of them from here on forward. We need to ask ourselves that if not us, then who? So with all these simple, mindful and innovative actions, I feel if we put a constant effort towards eradicating world hunger, we can make this world a better place by bringing world peace and zero hunger for now and forever.
That was Adithi P. Rao's speech on the topic of food safety. Dear friends, here we come to the close of today's English Yuvavani program. Meet you next time. Thank you.